So this time I'll start my recap with Romans 15. Everything written before our time was written for our instruction, that we might derive hope from the lessons of patience and the words of encouragement in the scriptures. May the God of hope fill you with such peace and joy in your faith that you may be filled with hope by the power of the Holy Spirit. These stories collected in writing have been massaged and edited and reinterpreted through a few thousand years now. And they have that longevity because they speak to our humanity. They speak us through our humanity. They give us comfort and challenge and hope. That challenge is pretty obvious in our gospel. In Matthew 3, Jesus' cousin John, arguably a prophet from before birth, since we read that he leapt up in Elizabeth's womb when Mary brought Jesus in hers to come visit. He appeared in the desert of Judea proclaiming, "Change your hearts and minds, for the reign of heaven is about to break in upon you." And he challenged the Pharisees who thought they lived virtuous lives. Give some evidence you mean to reform. Even now the axe is laid to the root of the tree. Every tree that is not fruitful will be cut down and thrown on the fire. I baptize you in water if you have a change of heart, but the one who comes is more powerful than I. That one will baptize you in the Holy Spirit and fire. The grain will be gathered into the barn, but the chaff will be burned. We have here the removal of everything that's not fruitful and the preserving only of that which truly nourishes us. We have this image of a powerful coming that reassures those who yearn for a holy, wholesome harvest and challenges those who think they're doing it right when all they're doing is sitting around and making rules and feeling superior. Isaiah 11 paints a vision of that hoped-for, holy, wholesome country. No harm, no destruction anywhere in my holy mountain. As water fills the sea, so the land will be filled with the knowledge of God. On that day, the root of Jesse will serve as a symbol to the peoples of the world. Nations will flock to you, and your home will be a place of honor. And Psalm 72 gives us assurance that this can be a lasting peace and wholeness. The reign of your anointed will endure as long as the sun and moon throughout all generations. The rule of the chosen one will be like rain coming down on the meadow, like showers watering the earth. Justice will flower through the days, and profound peace until the moon be no more. A just peace. A lasting peace that's a true peace. Not the hobnailed boot of some Pax Romana or Americana that never really existed as peace, but attempted to keep a large area in line and under control and called it peace. A lasting peace would be one where we could all put down our baggage and acknowledge the holy in each other and work for the beloved community. So the Xer in me immediately hears the song in the Age of Aquarius whenever I'm talking about this kind of thing. And then I remember what happened in the year that that song was being written. Because it came out in 69, and 68 was all the assassinations. 68 was all that went down. And me as a kid was hearing that song through the Vietnam War on TV. How did they find the hope to speak such hope for a peace that they didn't see around them? How did the Jews dwelling in a saddle between Asia Minor and Egypt, trampled over regularly, how did they find the hope to speak such hope for a peace that they were regularly deprived of by others' ambitions and fears? How do we, as we watch so much grief in the world around us today, find the hope to speak such hope of peace now? It occurred to me that maybe it's the other way around. Maybe the conflicts we struggle with and try to ignore and can't shut ourselves away from Maybe all the lack of peace that disturbs our peace makes us need the hope for true lasting peace. Enough to take the risk of speaking it, praying we can speak it into being, just in case we can bring a corner of it to our here and now. Maybe it's our very lack of peace that makes peace call so resoundingly in us, and our fears that make us dream of a time that we could put those fears down. And I'm fairly convinced that it really is about gardening our corner. What can we do in the lives we touch? Starting with our own, y'all, to create space for peace. And you know, maybe we're like Puddle Glum again. Maybe we're gonna bloody well believe that peace, whether it exists or not, because we need it. And maybe by believing it and walking in it in whatever limited way we can, we'll create a bit of it and a bit more of it. Maybe we can make ourselves our own beloved. Maybe we can look to the beloveds around our lives. Maybe we can look to the beloveds in our places of work, in our places of community. And maybe we can find peace by speaking peace into each other's eyes and hearts and bring it at last to pass. Because a root has sprung. There is green on that stump of Jesse. There is green that has called us from all of our nations. And I truly believe it can shelter us. And I truly believe it can heal us. So I'd like us to think about that a bit and to share our thoughts about this candle of peace and how we can be and speak peace.